Good afternoon, traders. It is Monday, June 18th, 2018, and the U.S. stock market is closed. You can see here that the Dow has had quite a slide in the last 4 days, but every time it puts in one of these um, downward spikes, it comes back, and that's exactly what happened today. Gapped way down, went way down here, and then it was kind of building positive uh, the rest of the day. It did end up officially down 103, but that was a pretty good improvement from where the low was the first 15 minutes of the day. So again, the markets are nervous about a potential trade war um, because of Donald Trump's uh, imposing tariffs on China, Europe, and Canada and Mexico. And everybody's nervous about it. I think, at, even though they're nervous about it, this is not a big sell off. And I think the markets will resume their strong upside bias after this the dust settles here. But that's just my opinion. We'll have to see. Hey, in spite of this sell off, we're doing great, and we had a great day today. We came in with I think 7 positions, and we held on to one of those very important one because that's what made it our day. We only closed out positive $87 officially on those closed out trades, but this one trade that we held over is the one that really made the day for us. We are holding 7 positions going into tomorrow. 4 are positive, 3 are negative, but we are carrying a whopping $18,450 in open trade equity going into tomorrow. And I'll show you just where all that money is coming from in a second. So let me show. I'm going to only show you 2 stocks. I'm going to show you the bad news and then the good news. First of all, this is the bad news. This, I think I showed you this yesterday. This is Gern Corporation, Gern, Gern. And we had bought this 2 trading days ago over here. That would have been last Thursday. And it closed against us. And then on uh, Friday, we had a big move in this thing. It did pull back some. I said with a little bit of luck, maybe it'll go out up there and hit those highs again. Well, look at what this thing did this morning. It went way up here, and when this thing is up in this area here right after the open, we're up over $10,000 in Garen Corporation. Fabulous trade, and I knew this was coming because I saw the pre-market. The pre-market, it was up almost $10,000 in the pre-market. So I was anticipating we're going to make a bundle with this. Well, you can see here what happens. This thing starts out over $10,000, and then in the time that we hold on to it, it fell almost $10,000 in equity here. We ended up getting out of that with a little over $1,000. So that was a big kick in the butt. But you know, we do carry a lot of stocks, trade a lot of stocks, and there's a lot to be said about diversity of portfolio. And this is the bad news. I'll show you the good news. And this is where we made it all up. On Friday, we had bought Veristem, that's VSTM, and it had closed. We got a gap. We buy the gaps. We held on to it. It closed mildly profitable on Friday. But then look at this humongous gap this morning. Keep in mind we're still long this thing. Of course, that keeps us into the trade, and it kept climbing. Closes there pretty darn close to its high, and we are carrying over $20,000 in Veristem, and we haven't seen a $20,000 plus trade in a while. So that looks really good. Now, of course, we're not out of it yet. We got to wait and see what happens tomorrow. But this is really beautiful. So everything that we lost in terms of open trade that we lost, at least in Garin, we made it back in spades here in Veristem. So very love this kind of trade. And I've said it again, but I'll repeat it again. We make 70% of our profits in less than 5% of our trades. So that's why we trade all these stocks, because we get these big ones once in a while, and that's where we really clean up and make the money. And this Veristem is definitely one of those 5%ers. So very pleased with that. Anyway, good day. I'm very happy, and I'm signing off, and I'll see you tomorrow on Tuesday.